Okay, class, good morning. So we are here to discuss the 3.2 topic for the information systems. So technically, it's the building successful information system. That would be our topic for today. Okay. So what is the SDLC, or what we call System Development Life Cycle? Usually, this is being used technically pagka meron tayong mga projects. Okay? O more on the project management. Ginagamit dito ng on the project management. No? So, usually, no, system failure can happen for several reasons. Ano daw yung mga, ito daw yung mga system failure na pwedeng mangyari dahil sa mga ganitong example. Nami-miss ang deadlines. Users needs that not aware, no? And were not met o hindi nami-meet yung criteria. Dissatisfied yung customers, and then lack of support from top management, going over budget, and so forth. So, ibig sabihin, pag gagawa tayo ng mga project-related mga systems, ito daw yung mga possible na pwedeng maging cause ng system failure. Right? So, ano ba si system development lifecycle? First, SDLC is the software lifecycle. This is a process that produces software with the highest quality and lowest cost in the shortest time possible. Okay? This is also provides a well-structured flow of phases that help an organization to quickly produce high-quality software, which is well tested and ready for use. So if you're going to ano no to remember yung sinabi ko, no, well-structured phases, no, that help an organization to quickly produce, no, high-quality software which is well tested and ready for use. Sabihin, the software is being developed, no, dito sa SDLC. Okay? So, another one is software development life cycle, or the SDLC, also known as waterfall model. So later I will be showing you bakit waterfall model. And there's a lot of series well-defined phases performed in sequence that serve as a framework um, for developing a system or project. Well-defined daw yung mga phases. Ibig sabihin, may mga phases tayo during this project or processing na well-defined na. Naka, may mga ano na daw, may mga proseso na sa loob. And each phases put results. So, lahat ng phases dapat merong result. Become the input for the next phase. So, sabihin, yung ano mo, phase 1, dapat bago ka mag-phase 1, bago ka mag-phase 2, meron ka ng result for the phase 1. Hindi pwede na sabay mo gagawin. No? So, kaya meron tayong phase 1, meron tayong phase 2. Okay? And then, so ito yung, this is the, bakit waterfall. Diba yung bahay natin, muna. Ang tubig natin, hindi naman pataas eh. Diba? Ang tubig, ang bagsak ng tubig, pababa. Halimbawa, coming from galing sa taas yung rain, babagsak sa bubong natin. Okay? Tapos yung bubong natin, dadalo yung tubig doon, no? Pababa, papunta doon sa lupa. Diba? Or doon sa sahig. So ganun din yung waterfall, no. Mula halimbawa, dito yung dito yung tubig, tapos papunta doon sa bubong, pabagsak, papunta dun sa lupa. So kaya siya waterfall. Right? So first, we have to identify the requirements, no? We have to define yung requirements definition and system um, system and design software, implementation and unit testing, integration and system testing, and operation and maintenance. So later on, no, we're going to discuss in deeply ano-ano ba yung mga phases na to. Okay? So sa system development or SDLC, we have the system planning. System planning usually evaluating all potential systems that needs to be implemented. Ano ba yung mga sistema or ano ba yung mga proseso that we're going to that we are being implemented. So we have to evaluate. For example, meron tayong lumang sistema and we have to improve it. No? And we're going to do the project management and we're going to use yung SDLC. Right? So again, we have to uh, analyze, no, the preliminary or the initial requirements. Okay, for that will be the first or the phase one or system planning. Next phase is the feasibility study. We're going to conduct a feasibility study. Pag-aaralan natin yung mga sistema. Again, like sa mention ko kanina na example, halimbawa meron tayong current na system and we need to improve it or we need to create to disband it and create another system na mas effective. So, kailangan natin pag-aralan yun. Halimbawa, kung ano yung mga hindi natin na-address dito, dun sa bagong system, we should be able to address those. Okay? Then, next is information system projects. No? Open an extension of existing system or involve replacing an old technology with a new one. Ito yung nabanggit ko kanina na ano ba, meron kang lumang system ngayon and you want to uh, replace it, replace the old one with the new one, no, with more features with the system itself. Okay? So ito, planning, no? First, we're going to identify potential system in the organization. Conduct preliminary analysis of the requirements and define the problem. Conduct feasibility, no, studies. So magkakaroon pa, it could be economic, technical, operational, schedule. Okay, and then next would be go and control decision. So ibig sabihin, bago tayo magpunta doon sa next phase, kailangan tayong magawa natin itong apat na to. Mga apat to. Okay? Before you go to the next phase or the phase 2. Okay? So sa phase 2, we have the requirements gathering and analysis, ano ba yung mga requirements, and then system design for the phase 3, implementation, and maintenance. Ibig sabihin, ng maintenance, ito na yung punta muna tayo sa requirements and gathering and analysis rather. So dito, kukunin mo yung mga requirements and in-analyze. Okay? So sa phase 3, i-design mo naman yung system. Okay? And then dun sa implementation, i-implement mo na. So kung meron kang bagong system, dito yung development. Ibig sabihin ng development, ito yung gagawa ka ng mga, i-code mo na yung system. And then next is maintenance. Ibig sabihin, operationalize na to. Yung project na ginawa mo is already live na. Ibig sabihin, ginagamit ng mga users. Okay, so those are the phasing. Okay. Then phase 1, one of the most crucial phases of the SDLC. Siguro dahil dito lahat ng mga planning, ito yung mga information na kailangan na critical information ng gagamit. So, kasi planning, ang dami mong kailangan gawin dito. We have to identify, we have to identify yung mga problem, first statement of a problem, and then next is kailangan mong kunin yung mga kailangan mo magkaroon ng feasibility study. No? Kung bakit mo ba ginagawa to, and ano ba yung mga goals, and ano ba yung mga you're going to address. No? Marami pa yun. Okay. Next is systems designer must understand and define the problem the organization faces. Problem can be identified internally or externally. So, dito, no, siya yung magpo-provide ng, hindi siya yung gagawa, no? Siya yung magde-design. It's more on the processes. No? Ano ba yung problema ni ano? Ano ba yung problema? Halimbawa, si Malaya, meron siyang problema dun sa payment. Halimbawa, nakikita nyo na. Halimbawa, mahaba yung pila, for example. Mahaba yung pila dun sa cashier. So parang, halimbawa, isang 8 oras na mahaba pa rin yung pila. Parang in 8 to 5, 8 p.m. to 5 a.m., hindi na uubos yung pila doon sa cashier. So there's no, pwede kang pwede mong yun yung maging statement of the problem. Halimbawa, the students having a hard time to pay dun sa cashier. So ano ba pwede mong solution doon? So one of the solution is to create a online payment. Diba? Para hindi na kailangan pumunta on-site or pwede na magbayad dun sa bahay mismo or buy online. So yun. So basta dito natin na-identify kung ano ba yung statement of the problem. Ano ba yung mga problem na we are encountering. Okay. And then next is analyst or team of analysts assesses the current and future needs of organization or specific group of the user. So ina-assess yung mga ina-assess yung mga current and ano ba yung mga kailangan natin in the future ng organization or specific group of users para ma-address natin yung statement o yung problem na na-encounter natin o ina-encounter natin. Okay. May mga questions, no? Question techniques, no? Why is this information is being developed? Bakit daw natin dinedevelop yung system na yun? No? First is for us to address yung mga issue natin, ang mahabang pila dun sa cashier, and who are the system and systems current and future users. For example, yung nabigay ko example kanina, no, yung pagbabayad, definitely mga students and also the parents of the students ni Malian. And then is the current is the system new or upgrade or extension of an existing system? For example, imagine natin wala pang sistema si Malaya na magbayad online. Ngayon pa lang. No? Puro cash basis pa lang sila. So new system to. Kung yun ang baseline natin. And then which functional areas department will be using the system? So possible to sa accounting. Okay? So information, analyst must examine, i-examine daw niya yung organization's strategic goals, kung ano ba yung mga goals, how the proposed system can support these goals, paano ba yung sistema natin, paano yung proposed system natin, paano ba natin maso-support yung goals na binigay ng organization. Now, which factor are critical to the proposed system success? Ano daw yung mga critical, mga measurement natin, no? How are we going to tell na yung system na dinevelop natin is successful. And criteria for evaluating the proposed system performance. So, paano ba natin ma-evaluate? Paano ba natin sasabihin effective yung yung ginawa nating system? Okay. Make sure users understand the 4W questions. Who, why, when, what. So, example niyan is why do we need to generate or to develop a system? Who will use the system? Kailan natin when we're going to use that system, and what are the things that we're going to use on that system? What are the things that we're going to do on that system? So those are the examples. At the end of the result, no, of this page should be able to give our users and top management a clear view kung ano ba talaga yung problema natin. Okay? And how the information system will solve that problem. Okay? So, for example, the ABC Furniture is planning for an information system to solve the problem of inaccurate inventory forecast. So, ayan, bibigay tayo ng mga why questions, who questions, when, what. So, for example na ito, ang why natin is, why do we need to develop that system? No? Who will use that system? When the users will be able to use that system? And what are the things that we're going to do on that system? Okay, so, ayan, more on ano pa lang siya? More on planning naman siya. The next, formation of this task force, of the task force rather, consisting of representative from different departments, system analysts, technical advisors, and top management. So, yan daw yung mga task force. Ibig sabihin, yan yung mga kasama mo doon sa project for us to be able to develop a system. Kasi sila yung gagawa eh. No? Meron department, meron system analyst yung mag-a-analyze sa mga proseso or ng system, and then technical advisors, pwede rin dito yung sila yung gagawa ng actually dito sa system analyst and also technical advisors, pwede dyan manggaling yung on the development system. And also the top management. Bakit natin kailangan yung top management dito? For example, top management, mga senior director, mga may-ari ng company, and kung sino-sino pa. No? Na mga managers ng mga malalaking department. So kasi sila yung possible na magbigay ng budget. Kasi kapag wala kang budget, it will never happen. No? Yung mga pinapropose natin ng mga system or mga project, it will never happen kung wala kang budget. Okay, kaya number one na kailangan natin dyan is support ng top management. Okay? The team will be able to collect the user feedback and tries to get users involved from the beginning. Ibig sabihin, yung mga target users natin will be able to get the feedback from them. And those are the users na gagamit ng sistema natin. There are two types of internal users. No? One is the internal employee who will use the system regularly. So sila yung mga gagamit ng system every day. No? External users include customers, contractors, suppliers, and other business partners. Right. So feasibility, o sa feasibility study, this will measure on how beneficial or practical an organization system will be to an organization. Ibig sabihin, doon natin makikita kung gaano ba magiging practical or gaano ba ano ba yung magiging benefit sa atin ng system na yun. No? Parang what's in it for us if we're going to implement that system. And it should be able to measure continuously throughout the SDLC process. Okay? And usually has 5 major dimensions. So meron tayong tinatawag na economic, technical, operational, schedule, and legal. So those are the processes that we have or for the 5 major for the visibility side. Okay? So for the economic feasibility, assess a system costs and benefits. No? Ano daw yung mga ano ba yung mga magkano ba yung cost nito and ano ba yung mga benefits sa atin? No, kailangan natin i-assess. Baka naman sobrang mahal. Hindi kaya na ng company na ano uh, ilagyan ng budget yon. So, ibig sabihin, kailangan natin kasing i-assess kung halimbawa, ang ini-aim lang natin is ganitong goal natin. Tapos, ang goal lang natin is, magkaroon tayo ng magandang sistema, pero ano ba yung balik sa atin? Ano ba yung balik dun sa company? Kakaroon ba siya ng mas mataas na magkakaroon ba tayo ng savings? Magkakaroon ba tayo ng more income? No? Kung halimbawa kasi wala kang savings, kaya mo ginagawa yung system na yon, and then wala ka ring parang wala kang mapapala, no? Parang you're going to implement a new system pero walang balik dun sa business. Parang balik lang, okay, kaganda yung proseso, that's it. Pero pero wala kang savings. So those are the things na it can be discussed ng top management for you. Kasi there is always a cost, no? Doon sa ini-implement natin na project. So kaya magano yan, cost and benefits. So always there is a cost, pero kailangan natin malaman ano ba yung magiging benefits natin dito. Parang pag-aaralan mo kung pag in-implement natin to, magiging effective tayo, and then magiging yung accurate yung mga data that we are producing, and it will lead to more sales. Diba? Kasi wala tayong magiging reject. Pwede rin yan. Okay? The next is team tallies tangible development and operating costs for the system and compares them with expected financial benefits of the system. So I think almost ito lang nung no? Ito yung kwento ko lang kanina. Kailangan natin alamin ano ba yung maging expected financial benefits ng system na to. And we're going to compare it versus dun sa operating cost. Okay? Keep in mind or tandaan natin na ang isang project na posibleng sa simula sa simula ay maaari ding maging imposible, no? Later on. So possible na halimbawa sisimulan natin yung project tapos at the middle of the project we're going to determine na hindi pala siya cost effective. Hindi pala siya okay. So parang gano'n. So kaya napaka-importante nung ano natin dito, yung feasibility study. No? Always natin. Pero alam naman ng mga project managers yan. No? And alam din naman ng mga top management yan. No? Pagka nagpo-propose tayo ng mga projects. Okay? So for sure, tatanungin din, yung mga ganito, tatanungin din niya. Alam mo, ma-experience kayo in the future. And then maging part kayo na ito. Ito mga project management. Technically, no? Most of the top management will be included doon sa mga discussions. Okay? And then, tangible benefits, no? We're going to or quantified in terms of monthly and annual savings. Like what I've said, no, merong savings. So kailangan those are the tangible benefits. And then meron din naman tayong tinatawag na intangible, no? Yung for example, yung mga
yung mga naaayos natin na proseso na hindi natin basta-basta nakikita. No? Hindi natin basta-basta nararamdaman. No? Those are the typical to quantify in terms of dollar amounts. No? Mahirap to ma-quantify kung you are looking for savings. Kasi tulad yan, may mga not measurable na halimbawa, naging maayos yung proseso, how are you going to measure that? So those are example lang. And then if you're not able to identify, many information system ang hindi it's so hard to justify and to identify. And then meron din, next would be cost effectiveness analysis. So it depends with the concept, no? Na mas mahalaga, minsan may mga discussion din na mas mahalaga, halimbawa sa dollar, cost effective. Halimbawa, yung dollar ngayon is possible na mas higher than with the dollar 1 year from now. O pwede din vice versa. Yung dollar last year is mas pataas rather than the dollar natin. So, yun yung mga cost effectiveness analysis natin. And then most common analysis methods, no? Payback, net present value, tulad na sabi ko kanina, yung mga savings, return of investment. Ibig sabihin, pagka nag-implement ka ng project, dapat meron kang ROI. Ayan. Ini-aim or one of your goals. For example, yung payback nito, no? Yung net present value. For example, ang sales mo is 1,000 lang today, tapos nag-implement ka ng bagong system or nag-develop ka ng bagong system, nag-increase yung yung income mo. So return of investment naman, nag-invest ka for that project. So ito naman yung balik mo. Halimbawa, kumikita ka na ng 1 million. Dati 1,000 na, ngayon 1 million per month. So that would be the ROI. Internal rate of return. So mga internal internal na process ito, no? Na you're able to justify, yung mismong project na ginawa mo. So parang ito yung mga benefits, no? Internally or with the internal ng company nyo na ito yung benefits nung ginawa nyong project. Cost benefit analysis or CBA report. This is the one that you are going to present with the management, no? Para maibenta mo or not just to sell, no? To sell mo yung mismong system na ito yung mga nagagawa natin. Ito yung mga benefits ng project na to. Parang after the project, ito na tayo, no? We're able to save 100 million. No? Iyon yung mga i-present natin o mga result ng after nung project natin. Okay? So ito, sample lang to, no? For example, ng cost or benefit analysis worksheet. For example, meron kang customer service na currently 42. Tapos, meron kang sales na 15. Then, meron kang marketing na 15. Tapos, ang projected mo, pagka in-implement mo yung system, meron kang projected na 37, 15 for the sales and marketing for the 10. So, definitely, mali lang to. It should be 5. Yan. So, technically, meron kang difference dito na 5, then the rest yung 0. Ibig sabihin, pwede ka magbabawas ka ng tao dito sa current staffing. Okay? Then, ito daw yung savings niya, no? Sa customer service, you're able to meron kang savings na sa customer service, magkakaroon ka ng save na 22 plus 22,000 plus na USD or dollar. And then annual expenses, makakatipid ka rin ng 15,000 plus o almost $60,000. And then yung net mo, sorry, mali ito. Annual expenses, ito pala yung annual expenses mo dun sa mga project staffing mo. No, or dito sa 37 stops mo. Tapos ito yung magiging savings mo. No, kasi ito yung ginastos mo, and then ito yung savings mo, and then minus mo lang siya. Okay? Then dito sa sales, annual savings mo is 3,000 plus, then 0 ka annual expenses. And then meron kang net na savings ito. A difference. Then marketing, no, wala ka rin ditong wala ka rin ditong totaling ito yung savings mo, then wala ka rin totaling annual expenses. And then ito yung ismong net mo. So total, no, na magiging net na income mo or net na savings mo would be 22,861 USD or dollar. So example lang. Then one-time savings expenses, no? Example dito sa projects, nagkaroon ka ng project dito nung in-implement mo yung project, meron kang nilabas na 5,000, then 44, the total of 49,205, 215 rather. And then so ang total mo na one-time expenses mo is 49,215 USD. So kung titingnan mo, no, meron kang one time lang to, no? Ibig sabihin, kapag ano to, monthly, ROI pa na to. So, for example, ito, per month, halimbawa, per month yung per month tong binabayaran natin. Itong mismo natin, savings natin. So, or itong binabayaran na, ito one time lang to eh. Ito naman, per month, for example. Okay. Sige, wait lang. So, ganito. Hindi pala per month. Per year to, no? Annual siya. Okay? And then, for example, ito, 22,860, yung net natin na magiging income natin na savings. Or sabihin natin, magiging kita natin. No? Tapos, meron kang one time. Yung one time natin na mabayaran. So, kung titingnan mo, one time lang to, implement natin, pero magkakaroon tayo ng ganitong savings. So, bibilang ka lang dyan ng mga ilang taon para makita mo na yung ROI. No? Kung tingnan, break-even point, 29,215 divided by 22,861. So, is equal to 2.5 years, no? Para at least kumita tayo, magkaroon tayo ng annual ROI na 46,000%. 46.4%. So what are the intangible benefits? No? Mas accurate daw yung and less redundant yung mga data natin due to system integration of orders with credit, billing, inventory, and shipping. and improve customer service with fewer clerks. So, nagano daw tayo, magbabawas daw tayo ng clerks or ng tao. Kasi nga, merong 5 na lang yung, bali 37 na lang yung kailangan mo na tao. Hindi, makakatipid ka ng 5 na headcount. Improve corporate image and market share through more production and quality service. So makakapag-focus tayo dun sa more production o productivity ng company natin plus the quality of service that we are providing. So these are the example ng cost analyst worksheet or ng benefit analyst worksheet. Okay? So ito lang yung sample natin na sa system development cost. Ito na yung one-time na payment na babayaran mo. So para you'll be able to produce yung project na or yung goal na we are looking at. So definitely, ano yan, i-breakdown mo yan para dun sa budget. Okay? And then technical feasibility, concerned with technology to be used in the system. Team needs to assess whether technology to support the new system is available or feasible to implement or feasible to implement. So first, yung concern with technology to be used in the system. Kailangan natin alamin kung how long you're going to use that. Dapat latest, no? Mapapakinabangan natin siya for how many years, of course, para makita natin yung balik sa atin or yung return of investment. Then the team will be able to need to assess whether technology to support the new system is available or feasible to implement. So kailangan the technology that we are going to purchase is to be able to support yung mga bago nating sistema or bago yung company natin. No? Lack of technical feasibility can also stem from an organization lacking the expertise, time, and personnel to implement the new system. So, minsan kahit wala tayong technical expertise. So, halimbawa, yung company natin is wala tayong technical expertise. So, sometimes, for us to be able to purchase a new system, kailangan meron tayong mga vendor. No? Para they are the one na ito sila, no? The personnel to implement the new system. Pero syempre, with the coordination of the users and also the top management. Okay? So, operational feasibility, this is measure of how well the proposed solution will work in the organization. So, kailangan i-measure mo yan, meron kang criteria, no? O meron kang measurement. Halimbawa, ano ba yung example nito? Mas halimbawa kung yung processing mo ng mga documents, for example, parang sa LTO, no? Halimbawa, nag-ano ka, nagre-renew ka ng lisensya o ng driver's license. And nakikita mo na parang start lang ng, alam mo, nagpunta doon yung mismong magre-renew ng driver's license. Dati inaabot siya ng 1 buong araw, 8 hours. Tapos ngayon, nakita mo, 1 hour na lang or 2 hours na lang pinakamatagal. So, yun yung mga measures mo. Nakatipid yung tao o yung tao na magre-renew ng driver's license ng 6 hours. So, that is one of the measurement. How internal and external customers will react to it. So, definitely, magiging happy dito yung client or yung mismong nagre-renew ng lisensya. Kasi nga, from 8 hours, naging 2 hours o 1 hour. Okay? Is the information system worth implementing? So kung ganun yung sistema, no, makaka-uwi na maaga yung mismong nagre-renew, definitely, it's worth it to implement. Kasi From, ang laki ng in-adjust mo from 6 hours to ano from 8 hours to 2 hours na lang. It's working. Kung gano'n. And then schedule feasibility, whether the new system can be completed on time. Definitely, dapat on time, no? As much as possible. Dapat ma-deliver natin kung ano yung kinumit natin na deadline, it should be able to deliver. Next is if the new system can be delivered in time, it will also loss of customers could force the organization out of business. So, sabihin, may pagkalugi tayo pag hindi, we're not able to deliver it on time. Okay? So, sabihin, ano na yun, magagalit na yung top management doon kasi hindi natin ma-deliver yung ano yung kinamit natin na deadline. Okay? The next is problem of going over the schedule. Lagpas ka na doon sa deadline, no? It can happen. No? Pero this is common doon sa information system field or sa IT field. Kasi there are also cases na may mga problema natin na nakikita during the implementation. Right? Then, legal feasibility. This is concerned with the legal issues. Typically addresses this question. Will the system violate any legal in the country where it will be used? O, halimbawa, dito sa Pilipinas, yung Data Privacy Act natin, di ba? So, ano ba tayo? Are we going to violate yung Data Privacy Act natin kung we're going to implement itong system natin? Are there any political repercussions using the system? Is there any conflict between the proposed system and legal requirement? No? And ito nga, sample nila, yung sa Data Privacy Act, meron pa tayong binabiolate. Yung wala naman, then go. Okay, that's all for today. For this part, and then I will be uploading another video for the second part. Thank you.